Welcome to Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine. I'm your host, Jill Jardine, Master's in Counseling Psychology, professional astrologer, psychic, healer, and yogi. In today's episode, I'm going to discuss the astrology of January 2021. I'll look at the New Year's Day chart of January 1st, 2021, which reveals the tone of the coming year, and I'll also share the key astro activity during the month. Stay tuned till the end of the episode when I give the sun sign forecast for January for each sign. In this episode, I'm going to share the key astrological aspects in January 2021 and then go back and explain each one in more detail. I will also discuss the astrology chart for New Year's Day 2021, which is the snapshot of the astro energies for the coming year. Stay tuned till the end of the podcast when I share the sun sign forecast for each sign. Okay, so here are the key dates and activities in January 2021. January 1st, 2021, New Year's Day. I'll break down that chart soon. January 4th, Mercury conjuncts Pluto in Capricorn. On January 13th, we have a new moon in Capricorn. January 14th is a very busy astro day as Uranus goes direct in Taurus and the sun conjuncts Pluto in Capricorn. On January 20th, Mars conjuncts Uranus in Taurus. January 23rd, the sun conjuncts Saturn in Aquarius. On January 28th, we have a full moon with the sun in Aquarius and the full moon in Leo. And then at the end of the month, on January 30th, we have Mercury going retrograde in the sign Aquarius. So I'm going to go through each of these key activities and break them down for you, starting with the New Year's Day chart, which I am running for January 1st, 2021 at 12:01 a.m. on the East Coast. So the new year is presaged with a fiery Leo moon opposing Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius, which precurses a year when the needs of the people, the masses or groups, signified by Aquarius, will be opposed by the elite or power brokers, signified by the moon in Leo. So we have that polarity right at the beginning of the year. As you hear the following information throughout the podcast, you'll see that that is a theme that continues throughout the year and catalyzed in the month of January 2021. And actually, we saw this play out at the end of 2020 where the elite or power was opposing the needs of the people in the U.S. when the government stimulus monies were withheld and were not released in a timely way to the people who desperately needed the economic help. So this signature energy kicks off 2021 with Leo, those in power, versus the needs of the group. This may foretell a year of more unrest and rebellion by the people as the planet Uranus, which rules the sign Aquarius, is in the sign Taurus, and it's squaring this moon at New Year's in Leo and Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius. So this aspect on New Year's Day with Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius being opposed by a moon in Leo and then being squared by Uranus and Taurus creates what we call a fixed T-square in astrology. It is a challenging aspect in the fixed signs of Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius. It will certainly stir up some tension in the coming year. Uranus wants change and will rebel and protest to get what it wants and to break out of old molds. However, we may not see that much disruption in January except for the week between January 14th to the 20th, especially in the United States. The week before the presidential inauguration should be quite interesting because Mars joins Uranus and Taurus, again, squaring the Aquarian Saturn and Jupiter. Okay, another thing that we see in the chart of New Year's Day 2021 is that the planet Venus conjuncts the south node of the moon in Sagittarius, which is a good omen for a return to diplomacy, global cooperation, and peaceful negotiations among countries. Sagittarian ideals govern the big picture and are about the global concerns, not just specific countries or nations. Peace and diplomacy will be fostered this year by certain nations thanks to the Venus South Node conjunction in Sagittarius. Then we look at Uranus in Taurus trining the Sun in Capricorn at New Year's 2021 chart. This will bring the focus back to business, Capricorn, and making money, Taurus. We will continue to see breakdowns and shifts in the way business is conducted as we move to new models of commerce and capitalism. This also indicates shifts and changes with currencies, including the rise of cryptocurrency, with business and perhaps governments using it as a rate of exchange. The Venus South Node conjunction in Sagittarius also shows there may be new ways of international business being conducted, including incorporating cryptocurrencies. On January 4th, now moving away from the New Year's chart to the next Astro event in January, on January 4th, 2021, Mercury in Capricorn conjuncts Pluto, which can lead to explosive words and threats. Also, those in power, signified by Pluto, may deliver bombastic speech. There's Mercury that incites aggression. So hopefully the rhetoric out there doesn't provoke anger or violence. We need to remember in the beginning of 2021 that our words have power. Wield them wisely. Use your words to heal, not hurt. New moon in Capricorn arrives on January 13th. It portends a regime shift as the sun and moon in Capricorn conjunct Pluto, the planet of death and rebirth. Out with the old and in with the new, both with governments, corporations, companies, and other power brokers. This initial new moon of 2021 indicates more breakdowns and transformation in the structures that rule our lives. January 2021 continues to clear Capricornian residual fallout from 2020, making way for the Aquarian wave. While the collective tries to catch up with the new order, we can personally seed our intentions for a successful and productive and fulfilling new year at this Capricorn new moon on January 13th. The focus is on your professional life, going back to business, and creating the ideal model of work-life balance. Things begin to speed up when Uranus transits direct on January 14th in Taurus. Money and finances take priority. And where the economic situation was regressing during 2020, the impetus will be to renew and revive the economy. Pluto also conjuncts the Sun in Capricorn that day, so there will be power plays and perhaps some bombshells being dropped. Shocks and disclosures may be the theme during the week from January 14th through January 20th when Mars conjuncts Uranus. And by the way, January 20th is Inauguration Day in the U.S. and the first full day of the Sun in Aquarius. The Mars conjunct Uranus aspect that day signals surprises and startling events. This astrological signature also presides in the inauguration chart of the Biden presidency, precursing unexpected twists and turns during his tenure. But it certainly sparks vibrancy and verb, courtesy of the Mars-Uranus conjunction, squaring Sun, Saturn, and Jupiter in Aquarius. It is an Aries moon on Inauguration Day, which heralds new beginnings. On January 23rd, the Sun conjuncts Saturn in Aquarius, anchoring in the Aquarian age, a good day to align with your desired future and take action towards your goals. The first full moon of 2021, with the Sun in Aquarius and the Moon in Leo, occurs on January 28th. It creates a fixed T-square, just like we had in the New Year's Day chart, this time with two more Aquarian planets in the mix, with Mars and Uranus in Taurus squaring the Sun, Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury in Aquarius, and the full moon in Leo. We see a theme developing within an abundance of planets in fixed signs during early 2021, with Jupiter, Saturn, Sun, Mercury in Aquarius symbolizing rights of people and groups versus the moon in Leo, the leaders, versus Uranus, Mars in Taurus, economic concerns and financial markets. This fixed T-square indicates pressures and tensions building, almost like those experienced before a birth. Yes, we are certainly on the verge of rebirth heading into February 2021. Mercury goes retrograde on January 30th through February 20th, offering time to reassess and reevaluate our intentions for 2021 and integrate some of these new energies that are pulsing into the planet. We may not be ready to propel ourselves into the next phase quite yet. February will offer many opportunities to muse on our future with 5 planets transiting the sign of visionary Aquarius. We have to prepare before we approach the launch pad into a new frontier.
As autumn eclipses into winter, don't you just feel like relaxing in front of the fire on a wintry night with a satisfying glass of wine? But you can't stand the pesticides and fillers you get in most wines? Let me tell you about Scout & Cellar Clean Crafted wine. Scout & Cellar is organic, clean crafted, and always free of synthetic pesticides, chemical additives, and sweeteners. Scout & Cellar wines come in every variety from sparkling to rosé, whites to reds, in gift sets, cans, and bottles ideal for holiday gifts and celebrating the new year, 2021. Try this delicious and pure wine straight from the grape to your glass at www.scoutandcellar.com/Jill Jardine.
Welcome back. Here's the part of the episode where you get to hear your sun sign forecast for January 2021. So listen up, and everybody will get to hear what's happening for them. And I'm going to start with the birthday kids, Capricorn, born approximately December 21st through January 20th. Happy birthday, Capricorn. You have been patiently weathering Pluto in Capricorn, transmuting your reality, whether you liked it or not, since 2008. 2020 was the icing on the Capricornian cake of release and rebirth. Unfinished business from 2020 demands your attention in early January. The new moon in Capricorn on January 13th and the Sun and Pluto conjunction on January 14th revisit some old patterns and issues so they can be cleared up once and for all. This placement provides the opportunity for Capricornians to clear their karmic slates for new beginnings. It's a new moon in your sign, and new horizons await for you. Remember, Capricorns, you are ruled by Saturn, the bold lord of karma, who's now transiting Aquarius, trying to free you from self-limitations. Wear blue sapphire or lapis lazuli or any blue stones this year to clear and connect with your dharmic path. Your lucky days are January 11th and 12th, Capricorn. Aquarius, born January 20th through February 19th. Get ready to launch to the galactic spheres of expansion, Aquarius. Saturn and Jupiter are preparing the rocket that blasts you into new frequencies. Mercury joins the Aquarian accelerations on January 9th, and the sun shines in on the 20th. Early January requires release and relief. Get ready to rock at the full moon with the sun in Aquarius with moon in Leo on January 28th. Be ready to receive during the February Fun Fest with 5 to 6 planets transiting your sign, Aquarius. Your lucky days in January are the 13th, 14th, and 15th. Pisces, born approximately February 19th to March 21st. Pisceans survived 2020 better than most, and in January 2021, you get to relax and breathe, a sign of relief. Capricorn new moon on January 13th pushes you back to work and focus on your career. Neptune transiting your first house of self requires deep self-care and nurturing. Capricorn planets transit your house of gain, giving you a boost. Aquarian planets in your 12th house keep the wheel of karma turning and churning. Performing a forgiveness practice like Ho'oponopono for the first 7 weeks of 2021 is recommended to clear karmic residues, Pisces. And if you don't know Ho'oponopono, here it is, 4 easy phrases. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And do that to anybody that you have any grievances with. And most of all, send that forgiveness and love to yourself. Your New Year's intentions should include setting healthy boundaries with others and living your life in a more creative way. Your lucky days are January 16th and 17th, Pisces. Now we get to Aries, born March 21st through April 21st. Aries, you're still catching some cardinal crap from Sun, Mercury, and Pluto in Capricorn, squaring your Sun early in January. Testing and initiations continue. Remember, the actual astrological year begins when the Sun goes into your sign, Aries, on March 21st at the spring equinox. So you still have some time to get your groove back. Uranus in Taurus goes direct in your money house on January 14th, so it's time to show me the money, honey, for Aries. Be flexible and be open to the unexpected and unusual when planets transit into friend sign Aquarius. Saturn and Jupiter there provide new structures. Mercury in Aquarius from January 9th through March 15th delivers merry missives. Mystical and weird synchronicities might bless you with unexpected boons this year, Pisces. Your lucky dates are January 18th, 19th, and 20th. Taurus, born approximately April 21st through May 21st. When the giant change maker Uranus goes direct on January 14th in your sign, Taurus, you feel the acceleration and activations. Finances improve. New opportunities abound. Aquarian planet squaring your Sun keeps the pace moving fast, but don't make any rash decisions and don't come from a place of fear or scarcity. Set goals and intentions in early January and align with the universe and your spiritual guidance to make things happen according to the divine plan of your life, Taurus. Your lucky days are January 21st and January 22nd. Gemini, born approximately May 21st through June 21st. Hang on to your hat, Gemini. Things are revving up for you in January, so get your house in order. Your life will become a revolving door with people and opportunities popping up everywhere, especially during the second half of January into February. Take time to center yourself so the Aquarian whirlwind doesn't knock you out. It's a very heady time for you, so make sure you ground into the earth and connect to those lower chakras. You will find your work life evolving into something that feeds your soul. If you aren't being fed by your career, you can make big shifts professionally this year. Your mind moves on to the next phase of your life without missing a beat. Your lucky days, Gemini, are January 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Cancer, born approximately June 21st through July 21st. Congratulations, Cancer. You weathered the cosmic storms in 2020, and now it's time to pick up the pieces. Self-care and comfort are recommended in early January. Find some time to rest and regroup before the Aquarian accelerations begin. Neptune swims through your house of travel. Spiritual pilgrimages and visiting places such as vortices and heightened energy fields will recharge your Cancerian soul so that you can go forth and prosper. Start planning in January for these sojourns that you will take during the Cancerian equinox at June 21st and throughout the summer of 2021. You are learning to master your own energies, and this includes setting healthy boundaries for yourself. Cancer, your lucky days are January 26th and 27th when the moon is in your sign. Leo, born July 21st through August 21st. January jolts Leo forward and brings in new relationship opportunities as Jupiter transits your house of other people. Saturn will test existing relationships to see if they are worthy of staying in Leo's inner circle. Planets in Aquarius oppose your natal sun, while Mars and Uranus square it. So times they are a-changin' for Leo. Kundalini blasts through ego defenses to free you up to new ways of being. Resistance will make the process tougher. Be open to receive the upgrades the universe is sending your way. Soul infusion usurps ego for Leo. What you don't know won't hurt you. Let true gurus or teachers guide you on the unfolding soul journeys. Full moon in Leo on January 28th lights your way and shows you the path. Your lucky days are January 1st and 2nd and January 28th and 29th. Lucky Leo, you got 4 lucky days in January 2021. Virgo, born approximately August 21st through September 21st. Early January is smooth sailing for Virgo thanks to Sun, Mercury, and Pluto in Capricorn, sending some nice energies supporting you to stay focused on task, to set up new agendas, projects, and proposals. It will be another year of rebirthing yourself. Virgo receives a nice boost from Pluto in Capricorn, transforming your life in positive ways. When the Aquarian planetary plenum pops in later in January and into February, the best laid plans of mice and men and Virgo are thrown a curveball. Things will get out of control or may feel out of control. Just be flexible and go with the flow. Your lucky days are January 3rd, January 4th, January 30th, and January 31st. See, you get 4 lucky days too, Virgo. Libra, born approximately September 21st through October 21st. Libra is lit up by ease aspects from Saturn and Jupiter, Mercury, transiting through Aquarius, a friendly fellow air sign in January. Jovial Jupiter wants to give you a leg up in late January. You might finally get that lucky break you have been waiting for. Jupiter will shower blessings on Librans this year, improving and expanding certain aspects of your life, including the waistline if you give in to Jupiter's overindulgence tendencies. Luckily, Saturn transiting Aquarius will help rein in Jupiter's proclivities to expand too much too fast. Your lucky days, Libra, are January 5th and 6th. Scorpio, born approximately October 21st through November 21st. Early January should be fruitful for Scorpio thanks to planets in Capricorn opening doors. Money flows in and there is plenty of work to do. However, by mid-January, Scorpio is thrown into a fixed sign feeding frenzy, with Jupiter and Saturn squaring your Sun and Uranus and Mars opposing it. What does that mean for you? Time to make lemonade out of any lemons thrown your way, Scorpio. Scorpio likes to be the one in charge, but planetary pranks won't allow it in late January. See what the unconventional self-help guru of Jupiter in Aquarius can teach you. You might just learn some new techniques you can apply in your life, which will spin the karmic wheel in your favor. Your lucky days, Scorpio, are January 7th and 8th. And Sagittarius, born approximately November 21st through December 21st. Mercury joins Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius in January, so plenty of opportunities pop up for travel and adventure to pursue later in 2021. Communications are heightened and there are decisions to be made by month's end. Soulful Sagittarian sojourns to new dimensions in body, mind, and spirit. Get amped up by Aquarian energies during January and February 2021. Be open to receive new inspiring influences that will boost your creative juices. Pluto in your money house keeps breaking down and rebuilding your fiscal life. Your values are constantly changing, so align with what feels right for the future. New moon in Capricorn will reveal a new direction professionally or financially. Your lucky days, Sagittarius, are January 9th and 10th. I hope you enjoyed this episode on the astrology of January 2021 with sun sign forecast. Remember to download this episode and all the episodes of Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine, and please give us a 5-star review. This is Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine, signing out and sending you healing vibrations through the quantum field.